mija. Yeah.
What you been up to? What you been watching recently?
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. I don't care. But first I kind of want to talk about like, look at this lighting. Like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, you could do like ASMR, like, but like you're in heaven.
Oh, true.
Because
Hi,
you kind of look like Jesus with that hair and that
this is
like
Peter
facial
at
hair.
the pearly gates. Hi, Jonas. We've been reviewing your file for quite some time. We did notice that you dyed your hair a record 432 times. The big man upstairs won't look kindly on that.
Won't allow that. No, yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like everybody's been watching this. Actually, people who might watch this the first time who haven't seen me in a while will probably notice that I've been posting on like Instagram and shit, but like it is kind of like what? Like, how would you describe like an amber?
Yeah. Or like a mahogany.
Mahogany.
A
Okay.
rich mahogany.
Rich
Or
mahogany.
maybe a leather bound book.
Well, when you come down to Memphis in like a month, you're gonna have to dye your hair too.
Why?
It's just part of like the deal, dude.
That's the thing. Well, I was
Yeah,
saying,
that's how you gain entrance into my apartment. Everyone that walks in has to dye their hair.
okay, I could be down. I have been looking for like an excuse to shave the sides of my head and just like fucking bleach the top
See,
of it.
that's what I did. I took my electric razor and then literally just like started like kind of playing with it a little bit, you know, like doing a little bit at a time, and then I literally like slipped, and it was just like, you know, I screamed to Emma in the other room, I fucked up.
I know that would be me. That's the thing. Like I wish, I don't know. I am like, I always get so close to being like, is this my mental breakdown? Like, is this the time I should do this? Like, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I'm just too much of a pussy, honestly.
I mean, it takes a lot of guts for sure, but I think the main factor was that it was boredom with like, you know, like obviously because of the quarantine and shit.
Yeah.
That like
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, I need change.
I
I
know
need
what you
change in my
mean.
life.
I'm the same way. I just had to grow out this like douchey little whatever I got going right now, but it doesn't connect. You know,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
I have one spot right here that like I don't know if the camera can see it. I have one spot right here that like it doesn't grow hair.
it's just like I don't even know what it looks like. I don't know. I'll look in the mirror some days and I'll be like, "You're a fucking trash person. You look you
Oh
are
yeah,
a
because the
you, you are a dumpster dweller." But other
well
days, you know,
that's what you know that determines your lifestyle is what your facial hair looks like. I
that
don't know if you
is,
knew that.
dude, that is so true. Like, you know, Matt said something to me, or someone said something to me about like getting short hair for like a job or something like that, and I was like, yeah, you know, I was always like of the idea that I should like grow my hair out while I'm young because like one day I'm gonna get like this big fancy office job and I'm gonna have to like cut my hair all short and like, nope. Like, no, I am
No,
not in danger of getting an office job anytime
no,
soon.
no, 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 no. Oh, you for some reason this reminds me of like have you seen the new Netflix show Too Hot to Handle?
I don't think so. No. What is it?
It's okay. So I'll just give like a short little like the premise of like the show. So it's like these like seemingly super attractive people, like you know, like ripped guys and like girls with like you know
I
big
have
boobs and
heard of
stuff.
this.
Yeah, and then the whole idea, it's kind of like a Love Island, but the main catch in it, they can't have sex.
Okay, Jonas, do you know how insulting that fucking show is to like people who involuntary just never get to have sex?
Yeah, well, that's what.
It's
Yeah,
like
like,
it's like the
well,
it's like the meanest thing ever. It's like guess what? We took 30 of the hottest people in the world and they can win $1 million. The catch, they can't fuck for 2 months.
well,
I'm
that's
like
like
sitting there with my fucking stomach out. I'm like, I haven't fucked in 4 months and I'm broke as shit.
well, okay, so this is like there are two more things I want to talk about in the show. The first one is that like obviously these are people that all they do is go on Tinder and swipe right or is
Oh
it swipe?
yeah.
I don't know which one. Swipe in the direction where you match with someone,
Yeah, I don't have Tinder.
and and then they accumulate $100,000 at the beginning of the show. And then what happens is that every time they do something sexual with each other, they lose money. So, so
Brittany,
there's this
that blowjob's gonna cost you $2K.
dude. I literally was about to say this one girl blew this guy, and they lost $6,000.
Jesus Christ. You could go to Vegas and get like the best blowjob of your life for $6,000.
And then what I wanted to talk about, it reminded me of this one guy. He's like, like one of those hippy dippy guys from like Colorado. And he was like, he had long hair. So we were talking about long hair. So that what reminded me of it. And then the funny part is they do these little like exercises to like build like like they like, open up about themselves. So it's not just about sex. And the hippy dippy guy goes, they wrote their biggest fears on like whiteboards. This describes him so well. He wrote fear for fear itself as like his number one fear.
Yeah, I'd like to see that guy get bit by a fucking snake.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? He is probably the guy who is just like, who sits there after getting bit by a snake and he's like, mind over matter.
Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this show, but if you have some time, it's like 45 minutes an episode. I can't sit through that.
I'm not a big reality TV guy.
Oh, no, neither am I.
But not to, so instead of going into that, I want to go back to Tinder a little bit. What do you think of Tinder? I know it's been around for fucking ever now. That's like completely normal, but that was another app, like, even as grimy as I can be, I couldn't get behind Tinder.
No, neither could I.
It seems like cheating. You know what I mean? Not like cheating it seems like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
it's not, that's not cool.
You're
man.
skipping that step
Yes.
to like actually build a relationship.
And it's not even like that. I love casual sex. Like I haven't had a fucking long-term girlfriend in ever, but,
Yeah.
but it's just like, come on, you have to go up to them. You have to work up the courage to say, hey, you know what I mean? Like that's such an important part. Like, in my opinion, it's like,
I think that's what like, I think what I'm getting out of what you're saying is that like, not part of the fun, but part of like the process is to like you said, build up that confidence. And to me, instead of just messaging someone, "Hey, you're beautiful," like it takes a lot more guts, and also
completely.
like, and it's also like that's like a story you're able to tell. That's like a lot better than, oh, he just messaged me on Tinder and we went out.
How'd you meet your mom? He told me my booty cheeks look ridiculous over Tinder.
Yeah. No,
Like,
exactly. Like that just.
it's like, also, like, no joke, like working up the courage to go talk to girls was a huge part of growing up. Like, not in terms of like, oh,
Oh
my
yeah.
whole life was, no, I'm talking about like actually like growing into like a person, into like, you gotta, like, even though this is kind of tied, like, this term is kind of tied to like a lot of like negative things, like manning up, like you man up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do have to just like man up. You know what I mean? You have to be like, uh, it's really daunting. Girls, especially for young guys, just going through puberty and all awkward and, all that stuff. It's like the most daunting thing in the world is going up and talking to that girl that you think is really cute and getting rejected or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's such a big part of life, like, it's like facing your fears, one, and realizing that like that girl who's super intimidating, she's a person just like you. And
Yeah.
also, just, and getting rejected is so valuable.
Yeah.
Getting
Well,
rejected.
I think that goes for girls. I think that goes for girls too. Like they have to take first steps where they talk to a guy and they're like, "Hey, I like you."
Yeah, totally.
It's a both like for all genders. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like a big first step.
I truly would. I know some guys would feel uncomfortable about this. I would love for a girl to come up to me and say, hey, I think I saw you over there. I thought you were really cute. Do you want to get a drink or like something like that? That would make my day. It would make my month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
because it's like you know when like you have that like connection with somebody that you've never met, you're just like staring at them in a bar or whatever, and you kind of just like you're both looking over at each other. And I don't know if you've had this before, but it's like part of you like knows like I should go talk to her, like she's like inviting me or whatever, and you just don't do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like what if she would have been the one to take that first step? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, okay. I know you're not saying it's like a soulmate kind of thing, but it does remind me of this TikTok I saw recently.
oh my god.
I
Are we a
don't. I hate
TikTok
getting.
podcast now? Are
Oh,
we
well,
a
I hate.
are we pro TikTok now?
I hate getting into it, dude. I hate getting into it, but I'll get sucked into it for like an hour and a half at least, where these like people were like, if you look at the scar on one of your knuckles, it should if it's a letter. What is that banging, dude? Do you hear that?
I don't.
My the people that live above me, I swear to God, dude.
Are
I
they like
swear to
are
God.
they like sex addicts?
No, it's a girl. It's like this like 9-year-old and her mom. And I swear to God, what happens
Did you
is
say
that
9-year-old and her mom?
yeah, yeah,
Oh, I think you
yeah,
said
yeah.
90-year-old and her mom.
No, 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 no,
I
no.
was like,
Well,
dude,
I mean,
you might definitely want to go check up there.
yeah, well, like I saw her playing with this like tennis thing where like you hit it and it comes back. It's like on a little like spring.
Okay.
And she was outside doing it one time, and ever since quarantine, I'm pretty sure she just keeps it up there and just like continues like she's outside. Another thing about them, I'm gonna go back to the TikTok thing after this,
Okay.
but another thing about them, they vacuum. I don't know. I've calculated a couple times where it's like every 45 minutes.
It's like right when I'm hearing you say this, I'm like, yeah, that's really weird. But who's the weirder one? The people that are vacuuming all the time, or the guy who's keeping tallies of how many times
Yeah, exactly. Like
his
I
upstairs
cared that
neighbors are vacuuming?
I cared that much to fucking time it. Like
You should buy him like a Dyson for I don't Kwanzaa.
what's
I don't know.
an upcoming holiday? Yeah,
I
exactly. I
don't
don't know.
know. In summer, I don't think you need as many holidays because it's summer. Every day is a fucking holiday.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but back to this TikTok
Anyway,
thing. On the knuckle, there's supposed to be like a letter, and then the letter is supposed to be like the person that's your soulmate. So in the TikTok, it was like an H. It could have been any lining. I don't know. They could have interpreted it for any letter. And then of course she's dating somebody named Harry. So they're like, "Oh, my soulmate's Harry," and all this stuff. I'm like, how gullible are these 15-year-olds, dude? I mean, okay. I was pretty gullible when I was
I was gonna
15.
say, but you know what? You know what TikTok is? Remember those little fucking scrunchy things that you're like, all right, pick a number, and they're like 7. And they're like
Oh, those are
one,
like
two,
fortune teller
three,
things.
4. Yeah, exactly. That's what TikTok is. TikTok is like it's just like something dumb that we would do as kids to like just like occupy our fucking time. Not that I'm saying I would do that, but like, girls in class would make that shit and you'd be like, "Oh, that's so stupid. I don't want to do it." And they'd be like, "Come on, just pick a number." And you'd be like, "Okay, 4." You
Oh
get all
yeah,
like
fine,
yeah,
fine. I'll
yeah.
do
Like,
it.
like, has anyone said 5 yet? 5, 5. But that's what
Yeah, yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
is. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's it's just like giving more technology in the hands of just like stupid fucking kids. you know?
Yeah, I mean I'm sure people that were like our age when Vine came out, when we were like 15 and 16, thought the exact same thing.
Yeah, I bet. I
But
mean,
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
it's just like with Vine. I just remember when Vine came out, and I was like 6 seconds. Like, is that
Oh,
real?
dude.
But God, I don't know. That's another thing. Was Vine really as cool as everyone makes it out to be, or were we just kids?
Okay, so my dad and I talk about this a lot. So when I'm watching TikToks and they're like 30 seconds, I'm just like, you got to catch my attention in the first 5. You can't tell a
Totally.
story.
That's what
That's
was so
what's so.
genius about Vine.
6 seconds is the perfect time. You can catch my attention in the first second or two. I'll watch the rest, and we're moving on.
And if you were really good at it, that 6 seconds felt like an eternity. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it felt like a whole. You could tell they felt like they just wrote a novel, and you could write it. They told a whole story. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
exactly.
that. Like that's probably what I differentiate the most between Vine and TikTok.
Yeah. But people. I don't think people remember this about Vine. Vine started getting really shitty.
Oh
It
no,
started
no,
getting
dude.
it started getting so shitty. Like towards the end, it was just all like Nash Greer and what
Jake
was it?
Paul, Logan
Yeah, wasn't
Paul.
Shawn Mendes like a Vine star first?
I think so. He was more, yeah. He like would go on his guitar and do
Yeah,
a little
it was just
rendition or cover of some song.
like you remember those Vines. It would just be like when the girl with the fat ass walks by, and it would just be like this girl like walking by in like yoga pants, and like they'd be like, "Ugh," and like
Yeah,
you'd hear like the most basic like sound in the back like "Vavuva," or like something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And like it was just they were just so dumb. Like and they got so like the popular vines were terrible, man.
Oh no, they're
At
awful.
least in
I,
my opinion.
oh no, I hope no one listening to this likes Jake Paul because I hope you don't listen anymore because I'm gonna bash on him at times. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I can't.
He's the kid. I can call him a kid, which sucks because he's like 21. He's an idiot, and I'm older than he is. He's an idiot.
Do you think he could kick your ass?
Oh yeah. No, no. I know for a
I
fact he
hate
would.
that fucking kid, but I was like, he'd probably beat the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, no. That's what like. But like at the end of the day, I don't. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know. I
Wait,
don't.
so wait, can I
Yeah,
can I interject real quick? I want to say,
yeah,
do you have much experience like getting in like fights, like even if just for fun, like with your friends?
yeah. I fought Teo one time.
Really? Do you remember that? Like, were you? I don't know. I think we talked briefly the other day about this, but what do you remember about it? Like, did you like fighting as a kid?
I always told myself I did,
Yeah,
and there are times I still tell myself that,
yeah.
honestly. But like at the same time, I'm always just like, half these guys would just ruin my day. You know what I mean?
See, that's the
Like,
thing. I love fighting, especially now that I'm older. Um, I I don't think I've won a single fight in my entire life.
oh
I
no,
get my shit rocked 24/7. I am
yeah,
I am constantly getting yeah. But that's why I like it, you know what I mean? Because it's like even though I know I'm gonna get my ass beat, I'm like I like being like the scrapper, you know what I mean? Like if I win, you know what I mean? Like if I win, it'll be
so the
awesome.
underdog.
Yeah, I'll be carried off like fucking Rudy.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get my own KFC commercial and all this shit.
I mean, to what point are you just gonna be like, at like after like what, like 20 fights, and you just keep on getting your ass kicked? Or you just be like, I'm retired. I'm
I
done.
don't know. It's more like especially with drinking, like just like that liquid courage
Yeah,
of also like fighting while you're drunk is so great because like it's not necessary like of course like it's not like you're a better fighter, but you can just get your ass handed to you. It just will not hurt.
yeah.
And then you'll wake up in the morning, like half of your eyeballs like hanging out or whatever. But
Well,
like at the time, like you're just like you fall off a 2-story building and just get back up. You're like, well, fuck you up when I get back up there.
yeah. Well, I'm not saying we condone fighting, guys, because
Yeah,
it's like,
don't fight
don't
unless it's
fight,
with me and
please.
I'm really drunk.
Yeah.
You will most definitely win.
Well, I don't. Okay, dude. You know what I've been really sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I've been really into recently, and this has kind of been like an on and off thing for the past like year. The UFC,
Oh yeah, dude, me too. I mean,
like,
but I remember growing up when like I think the first MMA fight or UFC fight I saw was probably like 8 years old or something like that, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is worse than any rated R movie I've ever seen in my entire
yeah,
life." Like, and it's real.
yeah,
Like, I it blows my mind watching these guys get kneed in the face and like hit with back heels, and then they'll be on the ground and they'll be like basically knocked out, and the guy's still like hammer punching him and shit like that. I'm
yeah.
like, how do you survive that? I didn't think that was possible.
Well, you know what my favorite part is though, that like you have WWE wrestlers who are like they're athletic people.
Oh,
They have to
they're
still
really
do
good
great,
athletes. Yeah.
but they go into with the mindset like I can train for 6 months, like CM Punk, Brock Lesnar. I mean, even what's his name? The bare knuckle fist fighter, Kimbo Slice.
Oh God, I love Kimbo.
He's great on the streets, but then when it comes to the octagon, the
I
dude
mean,
almost
it
didn't know
that's
what he was doing.
it's just a different level. Like that is if you enter the ring and you are not 100% prepared and 100% ready to match up with that guy, you will lose in the first. It's like no sport. You will get dominated 100% right out of the gate. You
Yeah,
know, like it. I don't care if you won a state wrestling championship or or like if you are the shit. If you are not up to par with the UFC fighters, you you will you'll get pulverized.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. Just tap out immediately. I don't know what to
yeah.
tell you, but
Do you think
like,
you could? All right. So do you think you could last 2
no,
minutes? like a Conor McGregor. You don't think you could just run around like enough?
dude. How much does he weigh? Like 135? I
Yeah,
could be completely wrong.
he's. I think you're. No, I think you're right. I think he's in like that. I think he's below 150. I think he's a little guy.
Yeah. Um. I just with his mentality, if he steps in that octagon and he goes, whoever's standing on the other side of this, I'm gonna kick their
I'm
fucking
gonna fook
ass.
him up. I'm gonna fook him up, mate.
Oh no! Did you listen to the Tory Lanez album?
No. I think Matt played one of those songs. Why?
It's the one with the sample
Of Connor.
of Connor.
Okay, I heard was which one was it? Was that I'd like to apologize
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking no
to
one.
absolutely fucking nobody.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not a big Tory Lanez fan, but I thought that song was good for the first like 5 times I listened to it. Do you want to talk about music? I mean, is that
No,
something that
I
no
mean,
you want
well,
to
no,
straight?
well, I mean, like, I'll talk. I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about whatever. But
Okay,
I
yeah, 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 go
do
ahead.
just going off that something. I love, I love trash talk. I love it in sports. I think it's just like one of my favorite part of sports. And I think Connor, Muhammad Ali is up there, but Connor might be the best of all time. I'll tell
I
you.
mean,
I'll tell you.
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I'll just do one story on that. I mean, what he said to Jose Aldo is ridiculous, and that was hysterical. But I won't focus on that one. I'll do the
Yeah,
one when he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, right? And he's seen like he posts a picture on Instagram, and he's got a number 23 Warriors jersey on, like an old
yeah.
Warriors jersey. And like I said, he's right before he's fighting Mayweather, and Draymond Green comments. He goes, take that shit off, bruh. Like, we rocking with Floyd. Like, we ain't rocking with you. This is what Connor said back. He goes, listen, mate, I don't even know in so
No,
many
hold up, hold
words.
up, hold up,
I'm
hold up, hold up.
paraphrasing.
Hey, hold up. Do it in your best Irish accent.
All right, really? You really want to hear
Yeah,
that right now?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't know who the fuck you are, mate.
yeah. Oh yeah, you don't.
I don't bounce balls. I bounce heads off the canvas. But the best part of the story is that the number 23 jersey that he was rocking, it wasn't Draymond Green, it was CJ Watson from back in the day. And I'm like, why is he rocking a CJ Watson jersey? CJ Watson ended up fucking Floyd Mayweather's wife at one point. And
I
that's
did
why
not know that.
that's why he's wearing the jersey. And you wouldn't have known, it wouldn't have been publicized if he didn't bait Draymond into saying that. He baited Draymond into saying that. He told him I bounce fucking heads off the canvas. And then everyone goes, well, then why is he wearing that jersey? Oh, no, he's not wearing his jersey. He's wearing the guy that fucked Floyd's wife in the first place. Just
Okay,
brilliant.
that's like that kind of reminds me of just digging up information the public doesn't know with Pusha T and Drake.
Oh, my. How sick was that? Like, we don't get real beef anymore. You know what I mean? Also, shout
Yeah.
out to the Line and Google family. Line and Google Grapefruit Summer
Skiggle,
Shandy.
Skiggle Rattler.
Contrary to popular belief, I do have a penis.
Well, there you go. Okay, but I like the way that he's dug up the fact that he has a son.
I know, man.
I don't know how he did that.
I know. I know. Oh no,
Did
it's so
Did you
funny.
like? Okay, I feel like I'm going back like 2 or 3 years. Well, I
Are you
am,
talking
but
about
like,
Daytona?
yeah,
Oh my god. That was one of those albums. See, okay. Pusha T is like what would you call like a hood poet, right? Like
okay,
so his lines are very poetic and so intricate, and that really made that album like really great, but that's always been his thing. You got to remember Kanye produced that album, and I swear to God, I will listen to an album produced by Kanye. A lot of times it is a Kanye album, and I'll be like, yeah, I like some songs. It's pretty good. And then 6 months will go by, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm starting to like this a little bit more. Year will go by, I'll be like, damn, this is really good. 2, 3 years go by, and I'm like, this is a fucking masterpiece. He sets
yeah.
the trends, man. He really does.
Hot take, two hot takes. I didn't like Santeria. I thought it was the worst
Oh
song in the
yeah, I
album.
know.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry,
I don't know,
but
man.
like,
The switch when it comes in, like that little when they go "S'acaba mañana," and then it goes, and like then you get like that upbeat, like kind of like that, like I don't know, it's kind of mischievous, like I don't know, it reminds me of just like I don't know, it kind of reminds me. It's just like I don't know. In general, I love when songs do that. I love when you get like the feel of something for a really long time and
yeah.
then they kind of switch it up on you. Kind of like
If you know,
oh,
you know.
yeah, also that Frank Ocean song,
Nights.
Nights. Yeah,
That's a great
that's
song.
one of the what a great switch, you know what I mean? Like
It
it
may
really
as
like
well have been like 4 or 5 songs recorded separately, and then just like he's just like I'm gonna put them together.
yeah, yeah.
You know
The
what I mean? Like
the
that's like what's great
the
about it.
Beatles used to do that a lot, especially towards the end of I think my memory card just ran out, but whatever. I'm just gonna go on
Yeah,
the
I
talk.
figured it would have. Mine's
Yeah,
about to also. Yeah,
whatever. But yeah, the Beatles used to do that a lot, especially towards the end because they weren't really talking a lot. Like seriously, like they were going into the recording studio at different times. And so they would all write little parts of these songs, but they couldn't. They were fighting so much they couldn't even get together to really like combine them. So Paul, I think with the Abbey Road, they just have like an Abbey Road medley. It's called. Dude,
yeah,
it's like 5 fantastic songs put into one, you
yeah.
know? Mother Nature's Son, which is just like such a gorgeous, it reminds me just like waking up on like the countryside, like in a little like farmhouse.
Which I'm sure you've done a million
Uh,
times.
yeah, absolutely. I, I didn't I, I didn't know how I ended up there, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
We've
I don't
all we've
know.
all been that. We've all been there.
Yeah, pee all over yourself. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh
you're
yeah.
canoodling with a rooster.
Yeah. No, it's strange times.
I'm
No,
I miss you. I miss you, Cluckster. I don't know. That's a really bad joke.
I will say I don't know the Beatles very well, which I think is just why this so many people get so mad at me for saying this. The Smiths are better than the Beatles.
Jonas, you have these little hipster takes, like, and I know that, like, you really think you believe them, like, deep down. Like, I know that you believe them, but, like, dude, the Beatles, it's the
Well,
Beatles.
like I just said, I don't know them as well as I should. So like there's like the validity in that statement isn't always there.
I don't know. I grew up on the Beatles. I know so many of these damn stories, and the Beatles are like, okay, their songs truly make me feel something in the way that like I can listen to "I'll Follow the Sun" by the Beatles and it'll bring tears to my eyes. Then I'll listen to "In My Life" and it'll make me think of my sister's wedding, or it'll make me think of how my parents got together. You know what I mean? It's like little things like that. And then, like I said, with "I'll Follow the Sun," it's the first song I listened to after my grandmother passed. You know what I mean? These
Okay.
songs have such emotional ties,
Okay.
and that's why I think the widespread why the Beatles have so much. I mean, they were the most popular band in the world, but why they kind of have the longevity that they do
Yeah.
is that these songs played in so many people's lives. So it's like there's almost there for a lot of people there's a Beatles song for every moment or every like really major moment, major feeling in their life. And it's a way to connect. You know, like Beatles fans can really connect with each other through that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I this is kind of dumb, but it's either I know it's on Meat Is Murder by the Smiths, their second album, and it's either here. I honestly had to look it up, so clearly it didn't mean that much to me. But it's either the Headmaster Ritual or Rush Home Ruffians. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not. I apologize. But
I don't think anyone knows what the fuck you're talking about either way.
yeah, that's true. I can't imagine Josh being like correcting me when I
Oh,
talk about this Smith.
you are talking about the Smees?
No, but they say something about like a carnival. And I remember listening to it on my MP3 player, and like I was at the St. Pius Fair. And for some reason, it just always brings back this memory of Jack Williams getting taunted
Shout out
by.
Willa.
Yeah, shout out Willow.
Shout out Willa.
Um,
We should have brought him up in the fight segment.
oh, I know you guys have some beef. Well,
No,
used to at least.
not any.
But I remember this is like when we were in middle school, of course. The St. Pius Fair is something that happens in Towson at this old like Catholic school. It used to be really fun. Obviously, like, it was a big deal. But I remember he was playing like the target with like someone sitting over a tub of like water,
Mm-hmm.
and you hit the target and they fall.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the guy taunting him, and then instead of throwing it at the target, he just kept on throwing it at the cage and like screaming at him. He was not happy.
God,
Like,
Jack is a funny motherfucker. I hope he never
oh
hears
yeah,
me say this. He's hysterical. He
no,
is so
yeah,
funny. I'm just messing around. He is so funny. I saw somebody sent me one of his tweets today. It was what's up with shower farts? LOL. Man, what kind of wavelength are you on?
We will never be on the same wavelength.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
No,
Keep
of course
dreaming.
not. It all. Never mind. I'm not going to say that part. It's nothing bad. I don't think it's funny. You know, like I want to be funny. Do you?
Keep dreaming.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say it's kind of a stretch.
Right. Well, we'll say it. We're already past our 30 minutes anyway, so if it's not good, we'll cut it out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I
So
mean, they might hear this part, but yeah.
fuck them.
Whatever. We need Vince to what's it called? Sponsor us.
I
With
know.
the
I was gonna.
VP
Yeah.
jerky.
Yeah. I don't know. Vince is a businessman. I don't know necessarily if he wants this face, the face of a street drifter representing his jerky company. Then again, it's like it's motherfuckers that look like me that probably eat the most beef jerky. So
Yeah. Hey,
your
Vince,
balls in your court, Vincent.
If you're listening. No, but it was funny. I was texting my friend Cecile, who his uncle owns the Rendezvous, which is a barbecue restaurant here in Memphis, and I was like, "Hey, you want to sponsor us?" And she's like, "I don't know. We don't really have a lot of money right now because of like the pandemic going on." I was like, "Oh yeah, I understand. I mean, I was only gonna ask for like $10, but she didn't respond, which I understand because she's getting her wisdom teeth taken out. Hi, Cecile. Feel better, but like,
come on, Cecile, come through, baby. $10 a little steep.
Yeah, I know. It should have been
maybe like $6.
Yeah, $6 would have been perfect. I go to Taco Bell and get some.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what you would kind of know actually. You know Cookout in Salisbury?
Fuck yeah, I love Cookout. I used to go there all the time, man.
In the South, there's one down like 5 minutes away from my house.
Really?
So like when you come down here, Nick's planning on coming down here. Should we talk about the short film a little bit?
I gotta go take a shower, man.
Dude, it's only been 30. You're the one that's preaching that we got to do an hour.
I know. I don't know, man. I feel like a fucking drained sewer rat right now. I'm just like sweating. Well,
No, I understand. Yeah, we'll end it here.
I'll paint the picture to our fans. I mean, if you saw, like, I'm
No, we can
tired
talk
of
about it next
shooting.
time. We can talk about it next time.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll end it here.
Say it again.
So yeah, we'll end it here.
Okay. All right.
All right, cool. Yeah. Thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks for in a way watching also.
Yeah, totally.
I spent way too much time on that intro, so please enjoy it.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I love that.
For as simple as it is, it took me like.
That's like one of the first blunts I ever rolled. Was that blunt in that picture?
No, that's what the picture. That's what the picture is. Yeah.
Yeah. We went to.
We were sitting in my Jeep and we were trying to film.
Yeah, exactly. That's right, man.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember rolling that shit up with your Aussie glasses.
Yeah.
Wait, can I have last word on this podcast?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just gonna say this and then we'll end it off. All right.
Okay.
Sharon.
Did you eat crabs?
Did you eat crabs?